Conscious it's a busy sporting weekend, so thanks very much for coming up today. We'll begin with Anton at Sky Sports News.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks to you both. So you know what my first question is going to be. Going into today's training session, how's the squad shaping up?
Good. Everyone's available to train. Of course, we'll modify a little bit because it's also matchday +2 and matchday -1. But happy to have everyone on the pitch.
That means Kira Walsh is feeling better, I presume?
Yeah.
How important is it that she's back?
Well, it's really nice for her, of course, she's back because she wants to be part of the team, and we want to see her play. And as we said, we want to see many things. That would be really nice to have her on the pitch too.
You know you answered a question about this the other night, but you have time to think about it. Obviously, you played Leah in midfield to cover for Kira's absence, and then changed it at half time. Is that something you're going to sort of try to develop, or is Leah going to remain a defender for the foreseeable?
Well, that's one of the things we really want to see. So we're talking about depth in our team, and the opportunities we have when we have to change, or when someone is injured. And Leah is an option. Well, the second half we play Katie is an option too. So that's the information we really need this week to move on. So yes, happy with that.
Alex, you see, an assist the other night. Back at left back, how does it feel to be sort of playing in a position you don't be playing too much at the club?
Yeah, fine. It's a position I've played most of my career anyway, so it just becomes natural. I think obviously it is different to playing centre back, and there's areas of the game that I have to change, but it's fine. I practice it in training. I've got good teammates around me to support me to do that.
Alex, talk to me about how this time last year compares to how you're feeling now. I suppose this time last year, going into the Arnold Clark Cup, the team had never really won anything. This tournament was really important to kind of get that side sorted as a mentality as well. How does it feel different now that you are a winning team and everybody sees you as kind of the team to be?
Different as in now we are winners. Not different in the sense of we just prepare the same for what's ahead. We're fully focused on the summer, but this week's really important for so many reasons, and to prepare for the summer.
You heard Sarina talk about things she wants to experiment, see as many players as possible. Competition is really tough, isn't it, for the next few months? Is that kind of at the back of everyone's mind during this camp? I
think it's really healthy. I think it's healthy that we have such good competition, and we have so many players who can play in and play not just one role but more than one. And it's only going to benefit us for the summer.
Rather question, it's a question we don't want to bring up, but we are going to. Look, we saw over the last couple of days sexist banter, I suppose it was kind of described as in the golf with Tiger Woods sort of making a joke which many find offensive. I just want to know, when we talk about sort of sexism sort of being displayed in terms of laddish kind of sort of way like that, what your reaction is when it's done in such an international kind of way?
Honestly, I actually only seen it this morning, so I can't really comment too much on it, but from what I know, he's a massive role model within the sport, and I think if he looks back at it, I think he'll be very disappointed with what he did, and I'm sure he'll apologise for it.
So international sports people, still making these kind of jokes on a huge scale, that's just unacceptable, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think it's very inappropriate. I think he realised that too, and just what Alex says, you're such a big role model, and we can have a positive impact on society, and I think you should be conscious of that at all times.
Thanks, Anton. We'll go to the floor. We'll go to Emma at BBC.
Thanks. Glad you got off. Hi, nice to see you both. Alex, I'll start with you. I thought you played really well the other day. That must give you a lot of confidence going forward, especially just a few months out before the World Cup, that you're in such good form.
Yeah, it was a good night. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing my fullback. I had opportunities to get on the ball a lot and go forward. So yeah, really positive performance from everyone.
Yeah, and I guess with Rachel Daly obviously playing a lot up front at Aston Villa, it's kind of opened up a few more doors in that, potentially that full-back role as well. Is that something that you're kind of eyeing before the World Cup, thinking, well, because you have got that versatility, you can obviously show Sarina that perhaps left-back might be made your own before the World Cup?
I mean, speaking of Rachel, I think she's a brilliant player wherever she's asked to play, and she gives it everything. Obviously, she's been performing really well up top for Aston Villa. I think for me personally, it's just about whatever role I'm asked to do is to do it the best I can. Everyone's going to be asked to do different roles at some point, and that's really important for the team.
Yeah, Sarina, obviously Italy up next. What kind of threat do you think that they could pose?
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. Well, if you look at the results, they were a little bit disappointed for them, but I think they played some proper games. What they do tactically, they do different things in the game, which will challenge us. Sometimes a little high press, sometimes drop a little deeper. When they're in possession, they do different things. So for us, that's really good to adapt on that, to scan continuously as a team what they do, and then be proactive in that, so that we can control the game. I think that will be a good challenge for tomorrow.
Yeah, and I just wondered, because obviously another clean sheet the other day. It's not often that your sides have, since you've obviously come to England, that you've had to kind of chase games. So is that something that you've maybe practiced in training, being in kind of situations where you're 1-0 down, 2-0 down, because it's not actually happened that often in a competitive sense, has it?
No, yeah, well, we haven't done that lately. We have done that before. We're talking about manage the game all the time. So you don't see that part of practice most of the time. We do some small-sided games. We always talk about when you're up front, when you're up, you're winning, then control the game, but also try to score the next goal. So it's in the team's mind. I think we saw that at the Euros too, and we just keep that in the team, that always realize what's going on during the game and manage it.
Yeah, and just one final one, Alex. Obviously, your teammate Laura came on first England game in, I think it was 8 years the other day. So Laura Coombe, sorry. Yeah, just like kind of as a club teammate, how nice was it to see her come on and sort of have that moment in an England shirt again?
Oh yeah, brilliant. Laura's a great person. She's been in really good form for club, and really happy for her to get this recognition that she's getting.
Nice one. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Emma.
Thanks.
Any questions from the floor?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see you both. First of all, Sarina, I know you've spoken about sort of the importance of playing different types of teams, and obviously on Thursday night you really had to stay patient and wait to break Korea down. How impressed were you with the way sort of the team sort of stuck together and really sort of were patient and battled to find a way through?
Yeah, I think we did really well. We've played a couple of teams now that play with 5 or 5-4-1 or just really deep, and I think Korea played a little even deeper than we thought they would. So very tight spaces. The pitch didn't help either, so it was hard, but I think we did a great job. We just kept doing what we wanted to. I think the second half we played better because we had more numbers up front, and we just kept doing that for 90 minutes plus. And you could see that when we were 3-0 up and we lost the ball at one point, like within 2-3 seconds, the whole team just sprinted to come behind the ball. I think that shows how eager this team is and how we want to learn, we want to become better every day, and that's very exciting to work with.
And obviously you did bring Leo into midfield and Alex at left back. How important is it to have players who are so tactically versatile and can play in so many different positions on the pitch? How much can that help you going into the World Cup?
Yeah, well, first of all, you want players to be exceptional in their position they play, but if they can play more positions, then we have more opportunities in the team. So that helps the team whenever we have to change for what kind of reason, that we have opportunities and really stay really strong with either change on the pitch or bring a substitute in.
Mm-hmm. And just for Alex, I was looking at some stats this morning from the WSL, and you're probably top in so many of those categories, successful passes and touches and things like that. Do you feel like you're really in, maybe not the form of your career, but you know, how impressive form do you think you're in, and do you recognise sort of, you know, how well you're playing at the moment? I'm
just really enjoying my football, and I think I'm enjoying playing. I'm enjoying playing for England. I think it's important when you're happy off the pitch, it replicates on the pitch. I mean, stats are great and stuff, but I want to win football matches, so if them stats were the other way around and I was still winning, I'd be happy.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Still time for questions if anyone would like one. Yeah.
Hi, Natasha from Entrepreneur Italiano, so the other side.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just a question about the game of tomorrow. Is there any specific players or any specific part of the pitch that you think will be difficult for England?
But players?
Yeah.
Well, of course, you have good players. It's pretty experienced. We know Girardi, of course. Midfield are pretty good. We know Robotin's an attacking player. We of course we analyze the team, but then we bring it back what we have to do and how we want to play, being aware of their strengths and trying to exploit some of their possible weaknesses.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll end it there and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks ever so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good. Perfect, thanks, Dad. We'll start with Sarina, if that's okay. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
We'll come and collect you for open training when we're back here, if that's okay. Thank you.